Hello, everyone. Happy Friday to you all. You know what's funny? I didn't even know today was Friday. This morning, I asked my wife, I was like, today's Thursday, right? And she was like, no, today's Friday. I'm like, what? That's why it took me so long to put up the thumbnail or the reminder that we're going to have a live stream today. So, how's everyone doing? Please let me know if I'm coming in okay, because we do have pretty lousy connectivity. It seems that I always say this whenever we have a really nice day outside, which is a beautiful day outside. It seems like we have worse connectivity as far as the internet goes. I think it's because the air is not as dense when it's warm outside than it is when it's cooler. But let me say hello to a few of you today. So today is going to be open forum, ladies and gentlemen. I was going to cover some stuff that is a little gloomy and doomy, and it does need to be covered, but we're going to do that on a different day because today I just want to hang out with you all. I want to have a good time. And there is going to be a giveaway today. If you saw the video that was titled, let me see, I have to look at the title. That was titled Very Important, Must Watch. We are being told what's going to happen. And on the thumbnail, it was saying something like, are you paying attention? No, I'm sorry. It's not. That's not the one. This is something that we must think about. That's the name of the video, the title of the video. This is something that we must think about. If you watch that video, then there was a giveaway within that video, and there was a key word that I needed you to enter in the comments. And today we're going to go ahead and pick a winner from that video using the random generator. Okay. So we are going to do that today, and I'll let you know what the giveaway is going to be when we do it, but that'll be here in a little bit. And also, I know I'm taking a long time to start saying hello. All right. I'm having withdrawals already. But ladies and gentlemen, this is very serious. I wanted to put this out very quickly so I wouldn't forget. For those of you that pray, please say a prayer. And for those of you that don't pray, just please send some good thoughts and some positive vibes to one of our moderators whose name is Angie Dasner. All right, I just talked to her today, and she's got the sweetest voice, by the way. I talked to her for the first time ever. And she's not doing very well medically, so she's going to be stepping away from joining us on our live streams for a little bit. All right, because of course, the most important thing is that she takes care of herself and her family as well. So I just talked to her a few minutes ago. Her spirits are up, but she does understand that she has to get a little bit better. So she's going to be taking a little bit of time off from moderating, which is 100% understood. But I wanted to say that because I want Angie to know that she is very much loved by the AP community and that we will miss you, but you will be back eventually. And when you're back, we'll be welcoming you with open arms. All right. And, and of course, I haven't talked about this because I don't like to talk about these things because they really, I don't know, they really put a, like when you have a storm cloud over your head and it just doesn't leave. But I will say to also say a prayer to all of the victims of that shooting that happened in Texas here a few days ago. Those things are very disgusting, and they shouldn't happen, but they do happen. And when they happen, the way that we are distinguished is the way that we act after something like that happens. And, I think just keeping them in your prayers. And man, I don't know what to say. It's such a sad thing. It's such a sad and scary thing at that. It's so very easy to get uncontrollably angry about those things. But, let's go ahead and have a little bit of fun today. Let's go ahead and have some back and forth. Of course, converse amongst each other in the chats. And it's open forum again. So if you have any questions, put a Q or a question, in all caps, and then ask your question. So hopefully I can catch it. So let's start out by saying hello to Copernicus. How you doing, Copernicus? 300 Warriors, South Point Survival, Heathen Prepper, Yarn Prepper is here. Jan Penland is here as well. How you doing, Sharon? North Main Guy, how you doing? Bill Sales, how are you? Charlie Tuna is here. Says $5.44 a gallon at Costco. Our gas went down, ladies and gentlemen, and went down to $4.94. I never thought I hear myself say that. Gas is 4.94, and that's a good deal. The one whom Jesus loves, how are you doing? Good to see you. Savage Lee is here. Thea Helm, Steve Spillman, JT is in the house. Hello, JT. Billy Bob is here. How you doing, Billy Bob? Christine, Big Dog is here. Savage Lee, I think that's your second hello, Savage Lee. So you got a 2-for-1 a day. Ghost Lincoln, how are you doing, Ghost Lincoln? Who else is here? Let's see. Lou M. I finally get to catch a... Well, welcome, Lou. Welcome to the live stream. Caribbean House is in the house as well. Blue Moon. Joe, Texas. Nancy Tharp. Hello, Nancy. Good in the Woods is here. Just paid the balance for my freeze dryer. I hope I haven't waited until... No, you haven't. You still have time. Remember, first, it's going to be the price of things getting expensive. And then going on into next year, more than likely, there will be scarcity in those things that we consume. All right. And also in a lot of other consumer products as well. All right. So you still have time. Just make sure that when you get that freeze dryer, you keep it working as much as you can. That way you can get your return on investment. Okay. It's easy to do, especially if you're doing proteins. Let's see. Who else do we have in the house? Deanna Lynn Doby. Hello. Nice to see you here. Red Nekistan. Hello. All the way from North Georgia. Uncle Charlie made it. Ashley. No Whining. Gracious 48 is here. Hurley, how are you? Sunshine. Mary Monk. Darlene Carter, how you doing? Let's see, who else? Andrew R. from New Mexico. Welcome, Andrew. Good to have you here. And if I miss you, ladies and gentlemen, these chats love to jump around now and then. I don't know why. Whatever, it's just doing it. I'm getting some ones, so that means I'm coming in okay. That's good. Thank you for that. Hello, Tracy. Well, Dragonfly is here. Alien Prepper. Lady Samantha, how are you? Herculang, how are you doing, Herculang? North Main Guy. Alaska Gwen, hello. Richard Moore, Raptor Ranch. How are you doing, Raptor Ranch? Good to see you here. Celeste Odok here from Texas. Welcome. A Hobbit is here. It's loud and clear here in Wasilla. Awesome. Awesome. Donna Bonham. Thank you, Caribbean House. You're very kind. Boch Preppers in the house. Peace Train of America. Hillbilly Prepper. Floyd. Dana Green. Yvonne Koval from New Mexico. KC, the other one. Crystal Carpenter. Bonnie Bethel is here. How you doing, Bonnie? Very nice to see you. Evita, Cocina, Salud y Bienestar. Hello from Mount Dora, Florida. Carrot Top is here. MB. Bill Sales. The Remaining Remnant. How are you doing? That's right, The Remaining Remnant. Whenever you consume what may be thought of as gloom and doom, try to consume the information that you're getting from that, and then try to derive the way that you can better prepare to avoid the circumstances from that situation. Okay, that's what prepping is about, and that's what storytelling is about. So whenever you hear me, or whenever you see that I put up a video on an article about this or about that or about what may be coming in the future, it's not to try to get you down. It's to try to get you to do a little bit of research on your own, so that you can validate for yourself whether that topic is something that you may want to think about preparing for in the future. So if I come out here and I say, listen, it looks like they are talking about, and when I say they, is people that actually know what they're talking about, that are actually doing the numbers and the work on the ground. They're talking about that we only have about a 70-day supply of wheat worldwide. You know, when I say that, and then I follow that up by saying we're not having a very good planting season, and we're not having a very good season for winter wheat. So it could be that our carryover for next year may be very dim. That's not trying to be gloomy and doomy. That's just being realistic as to what's happening on the ground. And then it gives you a reason to go out there and do your own research, validate what I just told you. And if you find that it is valid, then go ahead and make sure that you prepare for the circumstances that can occur if that actually does happen. All right. I hope that makes sense. But that is what's behind whenever I do a video trying to warn you about something or telling you about something that maybe is not very nice, right? It's so that you can prepare for it. And if it never happens, that's the best outcome that can happen, is that none of those things ever happen. I hope that at the end of this summer or during harvest season, we have the best harvest we've ever had in history, ever. And that people come back and say, hey, listen, I bought all of this flour and wheat berries and stuff, and now, we've got the best harvest in history. I thought we were going to have a bad harvest. Well, you know what I'll tell you? I am so very happy that I was wrong, because in all actuality, we will have here in these Western countries, at least in the United States, I believe we will have availability of food. It's just, are you going to be able to afford that food? And how much food will you be able to buy and still continue to live, a standard of living that's even close to the one that you have now? Hello, Jennifer, Party Prepper. How you doing? Jeff Riffle is here. David D, how are you doing? Let's see. Did you all like the video that I put up about my biggest payday prep? I think that was great. And as always, there's always people that watch videos that are supposed to be feel-good videos, because giving is my favorite thing, and still people that watch those videos and are not happy. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen? That's okay. That's okay. We all live within our own realities. Rick Bailey, how you doing? Hurley. Lady Samantha for the snacks. Thank you, Lady Samantha. I may have to be getting some snacks for the next couple days, ladies and gentlemen. Michael, my little grandson, is supposed to be coming in a couple of days. All right, so we'll see what happens, whether he knocks a little early or whether he takes his time and comes a little later. How you doing, WTF? Matthew Truckin, how you doing? Sam Dix, McBean here. Kathleen Ralston, how are you doing? Let's see. Alaska Gwen says, stocked up on tons of pasta and veggies yesterday and impatiently waiting for my greenhouse. Awesome. So I've got a video that I think I'll be putting out later on tonight of a small payday prep that I did. But the payday prep was of some specific items that I found at Costco that, man, I think they're great. And I did that little payday prep for one main reason. It was targeted more towards people that want to be able to put away food for long term, but that really can't afford to spend a lot of money on freeze-dried foods. And that food that I'm talking about already comes pre-packaged. And it's good organic food that has a whole bunch of calories, has a whole bunch of protein, fiber. So it's really good stuff and not expensive. And it comes pre-packaged. All you have to do is buy it and put it away. You don't have to worry about putting it in Mylars or nothing. But I've got that video. I still have to do a little bit of editing in the background and stuff like that to put it up. But I hope that people watch that video, because I'll tell you what, I think that I came across something that's really, really good, especially for those that may be on a budget and that are restricted from being able to spend, a lot of money on freeze-dried foods. I think that you'll really benefit from it. So I hope that a lot of people that are on a budget especially can watch that video and take advantage of it. How are you doing, Becca Losh? Good to see you. Hello, Donna. Roscoe is here. How you doing, Roscoe? No whining. How are you? TWA 2471. How you doing? Andrea R. Overland Gear Guy. Prepper Mom 5. The Hom is here. Janice D. Linda Bob. Hello. Suzanne E. Golette. How you doing? Savage Lee. Party Prepper. Oh, I say hello to Party Prepper. You got a 2-for-1 again here, Party Prepper. Janice Weichel. How are you doing? Deanne Lynn, Suzanne, Jay Tharp. If I miss you, it's because things are jumping around. Jackie Countyham. Countyham. Veronica, Chicken Prepper, how you doing? Yes, indeed, Jay Tharp. How you doing, Dale? Darlene Carter, how are you? Laura, how are you doing? Good to see you. Chelsea Hutchinson is here. Chelsea is 33 weeks pregnant and very sick today with upper. Oh, no. Watching live from bed and hard to make myself sit still. Well, I hope that you get better very soon, Chelsea. It's very nice to have you here indeed, but I hope you get better very soon. Take care of that belly. 33 weeks pregnant. Man, you're almost ready. That's awesome. B. Walker. Let's see. Linda says, AP, I believe that what happened the other day was yeah, it could be. I mean, it could be. You can never put anything to the side. It could be. I mean, things that sounded crazy 2 or 3 years ago are now coming to be that they were never really crazy, that it was true. So you just never know. Corroded Sanity, how you doing? Stephen Turner, Auslanders in the house. Good day to you. Hello, Kevin Grip. Whole Foods Lifestyles, how you doing? Tony Geary is here, along with retired Reyes, Carlo Outdoor, Donna Bonham, Gail Davidson. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, just in case some of you came in a little later, today's pretty much open forum, so anything you want to talk about, just put it up in all caps. If you have a question, put a Q or the word question before it, and we can go ahead and so hopefully I can catch it. And there is going to be a giveaway today that is going to be randomly chosen from a video that I put out a few days ago. All right, so if you all watch the video that says this is something that we must think about, if you watch the video that was titled that, then you may be entered to win something that we'll be drawing for today here. How you doing, Karasi Isek? How are you? Bobby Garza, the remaining remnant. I think I said hello to Gail. Ma too is in the house. How you doing, Ma? Good to see you. How you doing, Pinch Runner? Passionate Herbs, Paris. How you doing, Paris? Jennifer Copeland, you made it. Welcome. Hello, Christine, all the way from Minnesota. Hector Prepper is here. How you doing, Hector Prepper? Good to see you. Hidden Creek Gardens. Hello, Miguel. Little Roy Farm, Kimberly Price, Mary Monk. All right, I'm going to start looking for some questions, ladies and gentlemen. I can do this all day. How you doing, Franny Cascadia? Made it to the live? Welcome. Welcome. Hey, hello, Vincent from North Florida. Free at Last is here, along with Gina and DL. Hello, Jennifer. Duthie. Alphonse Jolly is here. How you doing, Alphonse? Good to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, remember when I told you that I thought that we would have a little bit of a respite and that things would kind of like settle down a little bit as far as like the stock market and the prices and things? I think we're going into that time now. I think we're going to be going into that time, now here when June starts, things are going to settle down just a little bit. We're going to have a little bit of a respite. Gas, the prices of everything is going to stay high as they have inflated. They may come down just a little bit and level off. All right. So like, for example, here I said that gasoline went down from $5.12, I think it was, to $4.94. Now that's at Costco. It's still above $5 in town. I think it's like $5.29 in town. But as I said, that things came down a little bit. I think they'll level off for a little bit. Same thing with the markets, which they're all fake anyways. But they'll level off for a little bit. I don't think we'll have crazy times in the market, but I do believe that later on in this year, things are going to get drastically worse than what they were before. Right, the closer that we get to winter. And the closer that we get to harvest season, especially during the harvest, people are going to realize that, we're not going to have as much as we normally are used to having. And they're going to go out there and they're going to start using those nasty little dollars that are just fading away. They're going to start using those to trade for real goods. And we are going to probably go into some shortages going into next year. It's why I've always said, go ahead and get what you get now. If you're going to get it anyways, get it. I want to get another set of tires for my Suburban, because one of the set of winter tires that I have are really old and they're starting to get a little bit of dry rot. I think they're still going to be good for the next couple of years, but I want to get another set of tires. So I went to Costco to purchase a set, and the gentleman that works there, Emmett, really good guy, he told me to wait a couple of weeks so that I can get them on sale. I'm just hoping I made the right decision by waiting. I think another week I have to wait before I can go and check and see and get them ordered. I hope I made the right decision. I hope they'll still have them. I think they will, because right now winter tires are being put on sale, whatever they had as leftovers from last winter. So there's probably not that many people thinking about getting winter tires right now for next winter. So that's why I always tell you, try to think of those things you're going to need ahead of time, because a lot of people are probably not thinking of what they're going to need for winter this year. Have you thought about, maybe stocking up on fuel if it's available for next winter? Although the price of propane and the price of heating fuel is up right now at kind of like record levels, I think they're going to go up higher. I hope that I'm wrong. I really do, because I'm still holding off a little bit to see if they come down some, but they haven't come down at all. They're still up there. Well, let me take that back. They came down like 10 cents a gallon, right? Heating fuel, I think I saw it today on our way back home at like $5.39 a gallon. And it was at $5.49 a gallon. So not that big of a difference, but I do hope that they come down some more. I'm going to give it another month or so while we're like in the middle of summer or the beginning of summer to see if it comes down some. And if it doesn't, I'm just going to bite the bullet and stock up anyways, because I know that I'm going to need that stuff. So it's not like it's going to go to waste. I know I'm going to use it. So why don't I get it while I still can? And whatever it costs me now, if it's costing me a little bit more than maybe what it'll cost me here in the next several months, at least it gives me that peace of mind that I know that I have it, and that if I need it, I'm going to have it there and not have to be scrounging around trying to look for it when it's not available. So we'll see what happens. Let's see. Okay, Christine has a question. Christine says, are there any other preparedness people in Minnesota? You never hear of any. I don't know. If there are, and you're from Minnesota, go ahead and leave it all in caps. I'm sure that they are. I'm sure that there are more preparedness people. Let's see. Colorado Pack Rat. How you doing, Colorado? The 5,000 box of Walmart eggs is going up from $6.71 to $12.97 and $13.97. Wow. That's more than 100% increase. Incredible. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Someone is taking a break from work. Now this, for those of you that don't know, this is Becky from Nutrient Survival. And right now, I think, I know what it is. Her boss is on the road. He's not in the warehouse right now. What's up, Becky? I don't know what Becky is telling us to wash our hands, okay? No, what it is, ladies and gentlemen, it's not that Becky's crazy, it's that she's trying to put up emojis and it's showing the clapping emoji as washing your hands. For some reason, that never works out for you, Becky. How you doing, Tracy? Good to see you. You see, here's another, maybe it's the way I see it. Here's another wash hands. How you doing, Sapphire? It's nice to see you. Good to have you here as well. Hello, Penny. Good to see you. I just had a big old skip, so I probably missed a whole bunch of you. All right, let's see. How you doing, Marianne Curl from Long Island? Good to see you. Penny Willis is from Flippin, Arkansas. How you doing, Texas Redleg? I don't think I have dirt from Texas. I have to make that list that I've been trying to make for the last 6 months. But if you want to send me a little vial, by all means, I'll be happy to take it. I think what I'm going to do is when I have all the dirt that I'm going to collect from every state that comes in, I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit. I'm going to get real small vials and put one from each state, and then I'm going to take the rest that's left over from all of the soil that's been sent to me, and I'm going to put it in a pot and try to grow something with it. That way I can grow something out of all of the soil that you have all sent me in little vials. So I'll keep a little bit, then put it all in a pot and see if I can grow something with it. That'll be pretty cool. Let's see. Dizzy 2020, how are you? Putting the first charge on my new 1100 watt hour solar generator. Also bought an 1800 watt gas generator at Sam's for $349. That's a decent price for sure. Absolutely. That's a great price for your gas generator, $349 for one of those 1800s. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you what, if you are going to get a solar generator, in my humble opinion, make sure that you have a gas generator first, okay? Because I've been powering the bunker with my solar generator and the solar panels, but I've had to convert back to electricity a couple of times because for like 2 days in a row, it was really cloudy outside and I wasn't getting anything for solar. So in a grid down situation, you want to make sure that you're not just relying on solar or just wind, but that you also have a backup for those systems. It'd be nice to be able to use solar all the time, but what if it does get cloudy? What if the sun is, behind the clouds and you don't get enough sun that day? Then what are you going to do for the difference of the power that you need in reference to the power that you were able to bring in that day? Okay, so I think it's very important that you try to complement those two by getting one of each. And if you can only afford one, then I would get a gasoline generator. Because think about it. When people think about preparedness, maybe not every prepper, but in general, when you ask someone about preparedness, is people think, well, it's going to be a long crisis. We're preparing for a long crisis. Most of the crises that we go through are short ones. Like here, last winter, we lost electricity here for like a day and a half. That's a short crisis, but having a generator made all the difference in the world, okay? The only difference that it made between regular times and not having electricity from the grid was that I had to go out there and make sure that I put a little bit of gasoline in the generator to make sure that it didn't run out, right? Of course, I always start off any power outage by using my solar generators first, and then about halfway through their power usage, I go ahead and switch over to a gasoline generator for the house. All right, but everything was still pretty much the same as far as our standard of living. We had everything that we normally have when the grid is on, right? It just happened that we have the tools necessary in order to maintain our standard of living. But it's nice to have a gasoline generator, in my opinion, first before you invest in a solar generator. I have no idea, Tony. I have no idea. I don't even know. I don't even know who it is that did, that did that horrific thing in Texas. I don't even know. You're saying it's an 18-year-old that had a new Ford truck. Yeah, I don't know how they afford it. I have no idea. Whenever these things happen, I try not to encapsulate myself in all of the details from it because number one, there's nothing that I can do about it. It's really going to upset me when I really think about, like, whenever my wife is reading an article or something like that where a child was hurt, I always ask her, I was like, were any children hurt? When she's telling me, can you believe what happened, this or that? I always ask her, were any children hurt? And if she says yes, I tell her, I don't want to know. I don't want to know the details. I don't want to know about it. It's one of those things that really, really bothers me a lot. So, and I think it affects me in a negative way. So I try not to think about it or talk about it too much. I know that it happened. I know that is a tragedy. I have my opinions on what went on, as far as, the Leos there waiting so long to go in. It's just, it's just a terrible thing. I don't want to talk about that stuff. The world is a beautiful place, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me, the world is a beautiful place. For some reason, we want to destroy ourselves. We want to destroy ourselves. It's so sad. I was watching, an inspirational video every morning when I start my day in the morning. I try to watch a few videos that are inspirational. Most of them are about giving. And I was watching this gentleman who I love his channel. I guess I could say he's a philanthropist because he spends his time helping other people. And he records it so that he can afford to help even more people, which is great. So I'm watching him give some people that are very poor some money. And it was cash money he's giving them. And the people started crying. It was a man. He started crying and thanking God. And I'm thinking to myself, this man is crying because another man is giving him paper. This paper, like here, like this paper. This paper made that man cry that he got a whole bunch of them. What have we done to ourselves where a piece of paper can make you happy or sad, or where a piece of paper can allow you to have a better standard of living or not? And it's really sad. So I'm watching this and I'm like, what have they done to us? They have programmed us in a way to make us think that this is everything, and this is not even money. Money, in my opinion, real money, which is your labor, right? And or what you exchange with your labor for something that has tangible value, unlike this. Real money is worth having. But this, something that is used, an instrument that is used to literally strip us of our wealth and our freedom. We fight for this. We fight over this, and we cry for this. That is how far humanity has gone in taking what nature has given us and what God has given us and destroying everything that's good about it. That it comes down to something like this to make somebody happy. And yes, trust me, unfortunately, this will provide you with a better standard of living. But for how long? Right? For how long? And how much are you going to lose when this is finally worth nothing? So we're living on borrowed time. That's what we're doing right now. Because when this thing here goes to zero, and it will eventually it will. Number one, history says so. Number two, mathematics says so. Mathematics doesn't lie. It doesn't matter who you are. 2 + 2 does equal 4. Whether you want to say that it doesn't matter. But we create our own reality, and the reality that humanity has created for itself is very grim. And I understand that there's a select few that have really been the culprits behind all of the crises and behind all of the bad things that we've faced. But still, they're part of humanity. And it's unfortunate that most of us cannot stick together and see evil for what it is. Most people, and it really is most people don't see it. Most people will not tell you, what is right and what is wrong. Most people will see wrong and say, no, that's right, because it's what they've been taught. So we're headed for some hard times. You think we're in hard times now? This is really nothing compared to what's coming down the road. Let's see. B. Hughes, I heard they proposed WHO amendments were agreed to by all countries. I haven't heard anything about that, but the only thing that matters to me is that it was our government that gave them those proposed amendments. It was the United States government that handed those. The United States government pretty much gave the WHO the amendments that would strip our own sovereignty. Now, how does that make any sense? But you know what? Let them pass whatever they want to pass. When these people from whatever it is, the WHO, the UN, whatever they want to call themselves, when they try to come on American soil to tell us what to do, well, I don't even know what to say anymore, ladies and gentlemen. I was going to say people are going to stand up and resist, but after the last 2 years, I don't know if they will. I don't know if they will. When you have 65% of Americans who don't even have $400 in the bank because they can't afford it, what power are they going to have when the food runs out, when the food is so expensive that they can't afford to eat? And the only choice they're going to have is to either abide by what they're being told by their government or let their kids go hungry. It's a tough choice, isn't it? I've always stated that charity is very important because we have to prepare for humanity. And in my opinion, I don't believe that there's anything wrong in you prepping more than what you feel you're going to need so that you can help your fellow human being. Because it is they and us together. It is us together that's going to be able to fight off this evil that's coming. It's us. It can't be us split apart. It has to be us together. But after the last couple of years, I don't know. I don't even know if we'll resist as a nation. I know the government won't. The government will be too happy to sell us off. All right, the government will be too happy to sell us off to the highest bidder. All right, because that's exactly what they're doing, ladies and gentlemen. When the government is willingly giving away our sovereignty, what they're doing is they are selling us off to the highest bidder. Because that means that if that happens, that means that your labor is no longer yours. No longer yours. And wait until they come out with a CBDC. I'm telling you, they're going to come out with a centrally banked digital currency. Wait till they come out with that. I'm almost hoping that they do it sooner than later. That way the process can be underway. Because eventually people will get tired of it and there will be some kind of a revolution. I just hope to God that it happens in my time. That way I can die easy. I don't want to die one day, whenever that may be, knowing that my children and my grandchild, who's coming into the world here in a few days, are going to have to live in this world where they are going to be slaves for the rest of their lives. So we'll see what happens. How you doing, Jonaida? Good to see you. I am like super far behind, so I'm going to try to catch up. Here, we have a question. Oh my goodness. I'm going to try to catch these questions. Mary asks, how do you manage to get everything prioritized and done? I just get it done. Trust me, I take my time doing things. But the thing is that you have to understand, Mary, that I've been doing this for so long that almost everything is done that I want to be done, and I'm just filling in the gaps. Right now, all of these other projects that I have, like for example, I'm going to share a little project with you that I've been working on for the last 3 or 4 days. And I think, no, that video is not done yet. I have to finish that video. But I'll probably put that video up maybe tomorrow or Sunday. I don't know. It'll be this weekend, maybe. I'll put that video up and I'll show you. I just take it slow and steady. I try not to overwhelm myself and have more than 1 or 2 projects going on at once, because I've found that when you have like a whole bunch of stuff going on at the same time, you don't get them all done as equally as good, as good. That you may cut some corners on some things. I just like to do one project, maybe 2 at the most at one time, and get it done and then start on another one. And if I don't get to finish all of the projects that I wanted to finish that year, then so be it. It is what it is. But right now I'm working on I just finished working on it. I still have a few other things to do with it, on a small project that I've been working on this week. And then I'm hoping that next week I can start working on the greenhouse. And then I have to go place my wood order for the chicken coop. Right? And then I do have a big project that I'm doing inside my house. But I just take it one step at a time, right? Victor and Brenna and the baby are doing great, all right? They are doing great. Victor is actually taking a month off of work to be with his wife and his child when the baby is born. So we'll see what happens here in the next couple of days. Hopefully everything will be okay. And little Michael will come out with 10 toes and 10 fingers. Well, actually, Uncle Charlie, right now, Costco has some of those Coleman solar panels that have a small charge controller in them or with them for like $100. That's not a bad deal for those Coleman solar panels. I have like four of them from the last time they had them on sale a couple of years ago, a lot cheaper than $100, but still, $100 is not bad. The solar panels that I use right now that I'm currently using are the ones on my Amazon storefront, and those are pretty good. They're 100 watt as well, and they I think are like 80 something dollars. But if you have a Costco near you, I would rather buy those Colemans first before I bought the ones that I have on Amazon. I think the Colemans are a little bit better, even though they cost a little bit more, and they come with a small charge controller as well, which is a good deal. The WEF meeting, yeah, that's where they're talking about the CBDC worldwide. They're talking about a not necessarily a worldwide CBDC, but that all countries will go to a CBDC, their own, but that have to be able to work with the SWIFT system, which pretty much means that the U.S. will still have control over the world money because they'll have control over the SWIFT system. I think we need to get away from all that stuff. I think that every country ought to be able to trade bilaterally, right? Which will really hurt the United States, but it's fair. It's fair, ladies and gentlemen. Countries should be able to trade bilaterally, all right? They shouldn't have to be asking permission from one country on whether they can trade with another country. That's not fair. That's not right, most of all, right? Why should I be able to tell you who you can trade with? How would you like it if I said, no, Johnny, you can't trade with that person. I don't like him. I don't like that person. You can't trade with him. And you're like, but I need what he's selling. And I'm like, I don't care if you need what he's selling. I don't like him, so you can't trade with him. And if you do trade with him, I'm going to kick you off this system. How would you like that? You wouldn't like it. And that's why we are in the mess that we're in. Every darn sanction that the United States has done on Russia has backfired on us. Russia's doing better monetarily than they have in a long time. Their ruble is up higher than what it was before the sanctions started. So you know how their ruble took a dive? It's up higher now than what it was before it even started crashing. All right, they're not hurting for oil. Countries are hurting for oil that depend on them. But we're telling these countries, hey, you have to suffer. You have to suffer because we don't like these guys. And if you buy stuff from them, we're going to hurt you. I don't care if your people have to go hungry. I don't care if your people have to be cold because they don't have any heating fuel. I don't care if your people have to spend half of their income on food because food is twice as expensive now. I don't care. You better not trade with them. See, ladies and gentlemen, sanctions do absolutely nothing to those people that they were meant to hurt. They do everything, however, to the people that are being led and or represented by that government. It is the people that suffer. And that is what is behind sanctions. The reason that governments sanction other governments is to hurt the people purposefully so that the people can get sick of it and revolt against their governments. So whenever they do sanctions on other governments, no matter who it is, no matter where you live, they're sanctioning you. They're not sanctioning the other countries. They're sanctioning you and the people from that country. It never hurts the political elite. It never hurts them. How many politically elite oligarchs or people from Russia do you see right now in the streets begging for food because of all these sanctions? Not one. Not one of them. But who is it hurting? It's hurting the people of Russia and the people of all the countries that are affected, especially those poorer countries that usually used to get their fuel and their fertilizer and their wheat and their corn and their sunflower oil from Russia or Ukraine. And yes, we can get into this whole thing about, well, Russia shouldn't have invaded Ukraine. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if the United States government, not the people, if the United States government was so holy and cared so much about his fellow human being that it is now rushing to the side of Ukraine to help them because of what Russia's doing. If the U.S. is so holy, then why in the world isn't the U.S. helping Sri Lankans? Where there's no war over there, But the Sri Lankans are starving. They're bankrupt. They have no oils, they have no fuel, and they're almost out of food. Why aren't we over there helping them? Because there is zero that we can get from Sri Lanka. They have nothing to offer us. Why are we not helping the Yemenis people who are being slaughtered every day for the last several years, who are being blockaded and starved literally to death? Why are we not helping them? All right, because we are the beacon light. We're the light, the beacon of the world, right? We're like the police of the world. We're the moral police of the world, right? Supposedly. Why are we not helping the people in Yemen? Why? Because they have nothing to offer us, but Saudi Arabia does. It's not about you. They don't care about you. They're not doing this for you. They're not doing this for the people of Ukraine. They're not doing it for any of that. They're doing it for control, because governments thrive on crises. Governments thrive on your suffering. That's why I've said several times that governments can only do a couple of things, and only a couple of things that they can do good. Number one, they can steal your money or your wealth. They can steal your wealth, and they do it every single day. Every time that they print a new bill, they steal your wealth right from under you. Number two, they can produce nothing but sorrow. Right? Government can produce nothing but sorrow. They can't make anything, so they have to steal your wealth. And then after that, all they do is produce sorrow. When in reality, they only have one job, easy job to do. And what's that? To uphold the Constitution of the United States. They can't do that. Someone asked me, what do I see after October? I see the same I see the same thing that's going on. It's just going to escalate. Things are going to get more expensive. There's going to be more scarcity. There's going to be more violence in the streets. All right, ladies and gentlemen. And eventually we will have a world war. Unfortunately, we will have a world war. And let me tell you how that world war can escalate. I just read an article this morning that think about this, ladies and gentlemen. All right, think about this. How in the world, and look, I'm not on any side. I am on the side of the people. We the people. That's the side that I am on, all right? But how in the world can a country just stop a ship that's full of oil and say, you're not supposed to be selling this oil, we're taking it? So the United States intercepted an oil ship, a ship that was full of oil going from, I think it was from Iran to Russia. I think that's where it was going, from Iran to another country. I'm not sure if it was Russia or not. But they intercepted that ship because it was on a Russian ship, I believe it was. And they took the oil. How in the world can you do that? We took the oil for our use. We stole that oil. That is theft. Now, if you're another country, how are you going to see that? We as in the United States government is trying to provoke a kinetic action from Russia. We are trying to, and when I say we, I mean the government. It's just easier, okay? We are trying to provoke a war. Are they going to go to war? Are they going to be on the front lines? No, they're going to send your children to the front lines to die. That's what they're going to do. Things are going to get a lot worse. And those people that think that I fearmonger because I say these things, then go ahead and live in your own reality. And I hope that you're right and I'm wrong. I hope that you are right and that I am wrong. But things are going to get a lot worse. They want a war. They want a war really bad, and they're going to get their war. You know why? Because people in general are freaking stupid. We are stupid because we keep falling for the same crap every single time. We fall for it every single time. I did a video here a while back where I spoke of the University of Fairbanks, Alaska, or the University of Alaska Fairbanks. They did a 4-year study. A 4-year study. Go watch that video. They did a 4-year study showing that it was impossible for the World Trade building, the World Trade Center building 7, Impossible, ladies and gentlemen, for it to collapse because of fire. But that is the narrative that we have been given. That is the narrative that we have been force fed for the last 20 years. And the people now believe it as fact that it went down because of fire. We fall for it every time, and we will pay the price for it again, just like we have every other time. But if you are prepared, and I'm not talking about just preparing for food. I know I talk about food a lot because everybody eats and food is universal. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what, if you're not prepping some of this, if you're not prepping something so that you can start over on the other side, you're going to start over broke, because when they take it, they're going to take everything. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. And it makes me sick because I know that whatever money I have in the bank is going to be gone. It's going to be gone. It's going to be worth nothing. We have to be able to prepare for the new system. There will be a new system. They will get their war. Unless we as humanity come together as one and fight these evil people, there will be another war. And a lot of people will perish. Right? And then there will be another system. And when they start that new system over again, it's going to seem like a fair system. But it's going to be the same thing that we've been dealing with our whole lives and the lives of our predecessors. It's going to be a system that steals our wealth. At first, it's going to start out good, like it always does. And there's going to be prosperity and all that kind of stuff, and everything's great. But eventually, it'll come back around to the exact same place that we are here right now. Why? Because we don't learn. We don't learn as humanity, and we don't stick together the way that we should. We allow these people to manipulate our thoughts and to allow us to accept lies as truth. Man, I'll tell you what, I'm talking way too much. You know what? I'm sorry if I missed your questions. I don't think that was a rant. I don't think it was, but if it was, I hope you enjoyed it. And look at that. Thank you very much, Donna, for becoming a member of the Ladies and Gentlemen's Club. I'm sorry. Thank you. Okay, NC is sending me a little bit of dirt from Texas. What time is it? Look at, we're at 52 minutes. You know what? I think we're going to go ahead. I'm going to go to the bottom, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Jacqueline, have a great day. How you doing, Eric Thomas? Good to see you. Wow. Why did you all let me talk for so long? I'm just going to bring it all the way down, okay? I hope that I didn't miss any good questions. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go up a little bit, but I know that I missed a whole bunch. I'll probably go through this live stream and pull out questions that I missed and then put up a video, ladies and gentlemen, right? Yeah, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. And if they do, there's nothing that we can do about it. There's nothing that we can do about it. I'm telling you, there is nothing that we can do about China taking Taiwan. Nothing. You know why? Because everything we need is made in damn China. That's why. You need your pharmaceuticals? Well, you better ask China. China and India, okay? But you need your pharmaceuticals? You better ask China. China is actually the biggest producer of, I believe, is fertilizer in the world. Are they exporting any of it? Nope, they're not. All right. So does China have all the food? Yeah. China's pretty much got all the food. They have enough food to feed their people for the next year and a half. Do we? No, we have enough for 70 days. What are we going to do if China invades Taiwan? What? Literally, what are we going to do? We don't even have parts to fix our own vehicles. There's farmers still waiting on parts for their $250,000 tractors. Why? Because those parts are made in China. You know, ladies and gentlemen, are you getting to realize now that this was all planned decades ago? That when we allowed China to enter the World Trade Organization back in 2001, I think it was, or 2002, something like that, that it was all part of the plan? That when we allowed China to steal our intellectual property, that when we allowed China to, I'm not even going to say steal, but to have our military intellectual property so that they can build their own military equipment? Does it start to sound to you like maybe it was a plan? That eventually someone knew that eventually there will come an end, and it's all related to money. It's all related to money, ladies and gentlemen, because with money you have power, unfortunately, but it's true. You know, that's why when the dollar crashes, they have to have another system. If they don't have another system all ready to go when the dollar crashes, then they'll lose all their power. That's why I've stated before that one of the best things that can happen to humanity is for the dollar to crash right now. Crash right now before they have another system. That way they won't have the power. Because if they don't have the power, then they don't have the leverage to bribe people. They don't have a leverage to buy people off. They don't have that leverage. But with a system that they developed in place, they have that leverage. They have that power. Because either way, no matter what happens, a lot of people will suffer, unfortunately. I don't know, Jeff. When are you guys coming down here? When are you guys coming up here? I mean, not down here, up here. That'd be awesome. If you and Gray come up here, you better make sure that you bring up some fresh avocados, okay? All right, let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Really? REI has solar generators on sale until 5/30/22. I got one for $1,100. That was $1,400 original. Really? You know what? I almost never go to REI, and I think I have a 20% off coupon. I have to go check that out. Hey, Frenchie Mama, what kind of solar generators do they have? Leave it on here if you're still here. What kind of solar generators are they? I'll have to go over. I have to go into town today too. Maybe I'll stop by there. That'd be awesome. Hey, there he is. What's up, Gray? Good to see you, brother. All right, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, what do we have here? We're almost at an hour. Let's go ahead and do that giveaway. So let me go ahead and fill you in on the giveaway that we're going to be doing. Let me see if this will even work. I think right here. So I put up a video. I forget what date it was, but it was titled, "This is Something We Must Think About." And that was put out on the 25th of May. So just a couple of days ago. And during that video, I told you all to leave the word, or I put a message on the top during that video to leave a word in a comment and then to join us here today for our live stream so that you can be entered to win a prize. And what I'm going to be giving away today, ladies and gentlemen, is whoever wins, the person is going to be picked randomly, and whoever wins is going to win a $100 Visa gift card from Amazon. Okay, I can either send you a $100 Visa gift card from Amazon, or I can send you a $100 Amazon card to your email. So if you want it like right away, I can send you a $100 Amazon card to your email where you can get the coupon and put it in your account and use it right away. Or if you want to use it to go out and buy some rice and beans, or put 10 gallons of gas in your car, depending on where you live, you can get the Visa gift card. But whoever wins just has to email me their information if they want me to send them a Visa gift card, your name, your address, and or just email me telling me I would rather get an Amazon card for $100, and I'll use your email address. All right, for that. Now, if you win and you live outside of the United States of America, the best that I'll be able to do is PayPal you. Okay, so let's say, for example, you live in the UK and you win. I can PayPal you, but I won't be able to have it mailed to you. All right. And I don't think that you would be able to use the code that I gave you for Amazon if you live in a different country. All right. So I won't be able to do that. But everyone is eligible to enter. Those of you that left the word, the keyword on the comments of that video. And let's go ahead and see. Let's check it out. So, well, let me go ahead and add this on. So what we're looking at here, I've already entered the URL for the video. Now I'm going to go ahead and enter the keyword. I'm going to filter duplicates. I'm going to filter comments based on specific text. And the word was mean face. And let's see. Okay, I have to authenticate myself here. 3. And now we're going to go ahead and draw the comments. All right, we are drawing the comments. Let's see how many comments we come up with that has the keyword. Let me see. JK, sir, the episode or the video was, this is something that we must think about. This is something that we must think about. Look at that. We have 401 unique comments. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and give it about, I'll give it about 2 minutes. Okay. So that, no, don't put mean face here. The word mean face is nothing here, ladies and gentlemen. This was for the video. If you left a comment on that video with the word mean face, that's where it's getting the random generator from. Okay. So here is not going to count if you put mean face here. All right. So let's go ahead and look it up. Okay. Let's go ahead and, where are we? Boom, boom. Oh, I got to do this. 14. Okay, we're going to bring up the comments one more time, and then we're going to go ahead and draw it. And I'm going to go ahead and leave the email. Whoever wins, this is the email that you have to send me your information to. Somebody put nutrient. You guys are funny. Let's see. Gracious 48 AP. Do you think it's better to buy solar with panels? The thing that I found is that they're pretty pricey, but they're usually pretty good quality. Now, the solar panels that I have, they work with any solar generator. As long as you have the conversion from MC4 connector to, usually most of the solar generators that I have come with a 8mm connector. And it's very easy, very cheap to get a conversion from MC4 to an 8mm. So yeah, I rather just have the solar panels, MC4 solar panels, and just have the solar generator without the solar panels that they sell them with, because they're kind of pricey. Really, Freddie, they have EcoFlow solar generators? I'll tell you what, I'm going to go there today. After I'm done with this live stream, I'm going there because I have to go into town anyways. And you said that they're all the way through to the end of the month. Or maybe I'll go tomorrow. I'll go with my wife. Yeah. Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and pick the winner. Let's see who it is. If for some reason the winner's not here, I'm just going to go ahead and leave a reply on their comment. And let's see. Okay, 400, a reply on their comment. And if they don't get a hold of me within the next 5 days or so, I'll say by next Friday. If they don't get a hold of me, then I'll just give it to someone else. All right, here it is. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Boo G. Mean face, you. Thank you, AP, for the advice and the encouragement. Well, Boo G just won a $100 gift card. So, Boo G, if you are here, let us know that you're here. And if you're not, I will be leaving you a reply. I figured that a $100 gift card would be nice this time of year because you can do a little more prepping with it. So, congratulations, Boo G. Let's see. Okay, I want to see if Bougie is here. Hey, thank you, Steve. Thank you very much, Steve, for that super chat. B Walker, how you doing? Viv B, how you doing? Yeah, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Well, Groovy Lily, long range walkie talkies. I mean, really, walkie talkies. Obviously, they come with different sizes and different, different quality, higher quality, lower quality. But really, with a walkie talkie, what I found is that you really want to have good line of sight. Even with a cheap pair of walkie talkies, if you have good line of sight, meaning going from A to B without anything in the way, you're going to have pretty good reception. When I was in the army, we had I forget, I think it's a PRC 44. Right? They have another name for it, 44. And we were on the top of a really high mountain, and that radio, I think it only had like a range of like, I don't know, like 16 kilometers or something like that, which is pretty good. But we were talking with it all the way like 40 kilometers away because we were on top of a really high mountain, and there was nothing in the way. Line of sight was nice and straight. So we were talking with it like 3 times the distance that it was rated for. Okay, so it really depends on line of sight. Okay, is Bougie here? Maybe Boogie. I don't know. All right, I'll go ahead and leave a message, a reply for Bougie. Hopefully they'll get back with me. That way they can use their $100 as soon as possible. Somebody here knows me very well. Kate says adobo is AP's favorite spice. Indeed it is. I love adobo. Number 1 is adobo. Sazon Goya, number 2. But absolutely. Kat asked, what to do with extra money to get it out of the bank? If I can't tell you what to do with it, and I won't. But me, if I get extra money out of the bank, I'm doing one of 2 things with it. All right. I'm either giving it away or I'm prepping with it. Okay. And for me, prepping is part of prepping for me is preserving wealth with precious metals. But I'm either not just those 2 things. I'm either using it, I'm either prepping with it, or I'm giving it away. That's what I do with those 3 things. So, what to do with it? Prep with it. In my opinion, everyone should have at least 2 or 3 months of cash in their home that will see them through 2 or 3 months of banks being closed, just in case. All right. B. Walker, I have never heard of a crude oil generator, to tell you the truth. I have never heard of that, so I can't give you any advice on that. Kat, the problem that I have with real estate is this. The problem that I have with real estate is that governments can do whatever they want. And who's to know how much they're going to increase your taxes? So real estate is fine with me. Like, I wouldn't mind. Like, actually, we're saving up to try to find a little piece of land, maybe next year, right? That's fine with me. But if you're going to have real estate, then what happens if the dollar fails? You're still going to have to pay taxes. So what happens if your paper wealth gets wiped out? How are you going to pay taxes? You need to pay taxes still, right? Because they're not going to give up that game. Trust me, they're not going to give it up unless there's a huge fight. They're not going to give it up. So I think that you need to be well hedged or well leveraged, right? Well leveraged, which means that if you're going to have land, maybe have a little bit of something put away in a vehicle that retains your purchasing power, just in case. And Brenda Baldwin actually left a good comment on one of our live streams, and she said that it's always good to pay your property taxes 2 years in advance. That's always a good thing to do, and I have to agree with it. I think that's a great idea. But you have to think about what are you going to, if we do have a dollar collapse, what is the next system? I don't know. It could be a CBDC. They can very easily go back to a gold standard. I've always had that question. Why have central banks been buying gold and countries been buying gold for the last several years like crazy? They've been stocking it up as much as they can. Right? I mean, one of my theories is because, well, they're buying it because they're printing money out of thin air, devaluing their people's wealth, and then using that money that they're printing out of thin air to buy actual real money. So you just have to make sure that you have something that's going to allow you to keep your land. Right? So if you have all of this land, how can you keep it? It's all about being leveraged, ladies and gentlemen, not putting all of your eggs in one basket. All right, where we at? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call it good for today. Okay, we're going to call it good. It's a beautiful day out there. I'm going to head on out. I do have to go into town today. Hey, how you doing, Marine84? Good to see you. Josephine, how are you doing from Austin, Texas? Tonette is in the house. Tonette, where have you been? I haven't seen you this whole time. All right, so I'm glad that I caught you. Say hello to the hubby. Rakamas is here. All right, Suze, how are you doing, Suze? All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a great day, okay? We'll see you again on Sunday, hopefully. All right, hopefully we'll see you this Sunday for our live stream. Remember, it's going to be at 9 a.m. Alaska time. Congratulations, Boo G, to the winner of the $100 gift card. Make sure that you email me to that email address that I had listed down there. One winner chicken dinner 2@gmail.com. Other than that, remember to be good to each other, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great weekend. Safety brief. Don't do anything crazy. Don't do anything that's going to destroy your life just so you can have fun for a couple of minutes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to drink, have a great time, but don't drive. Get a designated driver. Get a Uber. Just don't drive. It's not worth it. Be safe, all right, so that we can see you again on Sunday, 9 a.m. Sunday, 9 a.m. Alaska time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. All right, have a great weekend, ladies and gentlemen. God bless every one of you. I'm going to go ahead and leave the outro. Now, during the outro, for those of you that are new to the live stream, or for those of you that have just subscribed within the last couple of weeks, go ahead and put I am new in all caps, and we'll shout you out on the screen during the outro. Having said that, remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world will be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. I'm Alaska Prepper, and I'm out. Bless you guys. Have a great weekend.